So Jack,
Hey, Sam.
what if you you had a 1.04 rating over the year, but you'd played well in a couple of big games, a couple of important games. You didn't win them, but you played well in them, and now you're everyone's favorite player, and they kept moaning anytime it was suggested that you probably actually should eventually lose your spot for your title ambitions team. What would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're referring to. Normally, I can figure these out, but
So I'm referring to Tesses because he's
respect my goat.
everyone's darling flavour of the
Starboy.
month right now.
Yeah,
And he's just not as good as everyone thinks he is. And
he's doing all right, isn't he?
the reason I'm bringing this up is because another report has come out that Falcons will be signing kyousuke. It came from
Another
Sheep
one?
Esports. Still don't know who Sheep
Notable
Esports
outlet.
is, but they tend to have decent reports. So fair enough. Munsey denied it, but he's going to. Let's be real here. And the report states that. What are you giggling at?
It's just funny. Carry on. I'm here.
You're very off-putting, Jack. Do you know that?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Anyway, report states that Magisk is the one that will be losing his
Good.
spot instead
Good,
of
go on.
Tesses. It's not really good though, is it?
Well, he's worse than than Tess says.
But what's Tesses going to be like when he's put into those spots? Like he's 1.04 rated in decent roles. Like, what are we expecting from him?
Yeah, getting back in spots that he actually likes playing.
But he won't get those spots.
He might. They'll figure it out.
He'll be in spots that he still doesn't like playing and gets less resources in. He will be shit.
I don't know. I reckon it's all going to click.
No, I have
That's
a
my
feeling that
theory.
people will soon be calling for his head the same way they've been calling for Magic's
Well,
head.
yeah, but
and it won't matter anyway.
They're going to get bit anyway, aren't they?
It won't matter
else,
anyway
so
because Tessa's time on Falcons is limited to whenever Bit or
his
Jim
contract
Fat
up.
is available to them. Like,
bless him.
Yeah. Kyousuke seems good, but it looks like he might be a tidy little player.
Was it Bet Boom Landerlan, something like that? I don't know if it's Bet Boom, but
yeah, something
that
ridiculous
event,
like that.
he did really good. I think like a bit absurdly good. I don't know why Spirit letting him go. Honestly,
no, I don't get it either, and I feel really bad for Dunk.
You definitely have players on Spirit's main team that you could replace right now.
Cough.
And you have
Magics. Cough.
That's a
you like that. I heard that really well.
That was subtle. Yeah, you're one of the best teams in the world, and this guy's like, I don't know, very young and very talented. Like the role clash is there, but like I don't think the role clash is a big enough issue to warrant keeping Magic Sans on takes at the same time.
You just can't.
Roles aren't real anyway. It's a work agenda.
No, roles are certainly real, right? But you can't convince me that players as good as Donk and Kyousuke can't can't make it work. Like Nico and Malbs made it work.
Well, exactly. You just accommodate, right? And when you're a world-class player like that, like it seems like they almost don't trust them to be able to figure it out. Like they think they're not, like they're just aimers and they're not smart enough to make the roles work, which I think they are. So I don't know. Maybe Spirit have been listening to the scrims and he's like the most toxic player in the world, and they're like, oh, let's sabotage Falcons, take them out of the way. Maybe it's an insider operation.
I'd say that's optimistic.
It's probably illegal as well, but
it's probably not.
I don't know why you sell him, unless Falcons are just offering you absurd amounts of money, which they probably are. It's Falcons.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess there's a lot of talent that they could get otherwise, right? Like, there's probably someone from Nine Pandas or Aurora that's like going to be better than Magic.
Turkish.
Yeah, before they were Turkish and they had like
Result. I don't know if he was even on that team, but
Wasn't he the one that left? Which one left? And then there was the
the
whole
tier
rap
1.5
thing.
Russian scene. Yeah,
So
it might have
hard to
been him.
keep up with.
There's just so many people,
So impossible to keep up
and they're
with.
all like, they just sort of swap teams like weekly without really saying anything. It's awesome.
Well, I mean, the one we're referring to quite a lot was said actually. Though, when it was like Result or whoever backstabbed.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
this yeah, that was just.
Was that Result? I need to search this now. Was it him? I've searched Result and all I'm getting is the lottery. What's that got to do with that?
Like result, isn't it? You just said result, but it's spelt funny.
I guess, but why is the
I guess-
lottery the thing that comes up?
It's probably just. Is it? Does it getting drawn today? I don't think so.
I don't fucking know anything, mate.
I don't know, mate. I don't do that. But
How do you spell his fucking? Oh, there's a 3 in it. Right.
there is a 3 salt.
Yeah, it was him. He went from Aurora to Nine Pandas, and there was a whole big.
Cool. But again,
big
like yeah,
moan.
there's obviously players in the CIS scene, that are better than Magic's. But you had one of them on
Me?
contract.
Me,
You.
my Russian equivalent.
Is this a bit? Is this? What's the
No,
punchline?
I've got a strange Russian cousin.
Do you?
I hear he's a demon at Counter-Strike.
They generally are. Yeah.
Yeah, they do tend to be. Should we talk about Counter-Strike and not just like potential moves that are definitely happening?
Yes.
And definitely not happening, like Manus said.
Counter-Strike happened today and last week and this week.
Yeah, PGL Astana.
Yay!
Wow, we care. We care so much about PGL Astana, guys. Like,
This
seriously.
is literally, this event is the warm-up for I Am Dallas, which is the warm-up for the major.
No, Jack. This is a serious event from the best TO with the best social medias and the best caster setups and the best streams. Like, this event is so good.
I don't even hate the remote casting thing, but I do think if you're coming in and saying you're going to be like a tier 1 org and like all the announcements of being like, now that the monopoly is over, we will take over, and you're not having casters on the site. Funny. I think it's cool. It's nice to have the casters like doing like the home duo stream. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I mean,
It's cool because
serious.
it's doable. Like, a lot
Yes,
of
but
them wouldn't be able to do that.
well, like Dinko's in wherever Moses lives. Like he's flown to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Fine, but just
But if
get
you've
them on
flown
site. It's
that
better.
far, like why not just fly to the event? Do you know what I mean? Unless it's because of Dallas travel, is my theory. Because maybe they only have because to do with the visas, and I don't know if Kazakhstan affects that, and obviously a lot of them are going to be there for Dallas and then Austin as well. So
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm sure there's reasoning. But there's some really bum teams at the event, which make it kind of hard to care about until playoffs. And
I mean, the playoffs.
it's a weird time. Like the games are starting at 6 a.m. for us in the UK. That's like not like what viewership are you kind of getting there? Like that's still early, even for like an Eastern European event. Like you're still missing viewership from the majority of people in your region, right? I don't really understand.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't
get it.
But I just
more milk can laugh at me.
I just don't. I don't understand this event at all. Like the team list is so uninspiring, and it's just PGL in general, man. Like I do want to. Typically, I'd be like, no, I'm talking about this thing too much now. But PGL are just so bad. Like the stream quality compared to ESL and Blast is awful, and their socials as well. Like how is this an org that is one of the biggest in Dota that constantly gets like fucking the international and CS majors thrown at them, and yesterday there was 8 games, and if I remember correctly, they had posted it was either 7 or 9 highlights from these games all day. They peaked at like 15 likes when they have 120k followers, and 3 of the small number of highlights were all from one game.
Yeah, I don't know if they have. If they do live coverage, I don't know if they think that that's beneath them, or that they're changing the game by not doing it. I think maybe
I reckon
it's
they just don't have the staff.
well, maybe it's some crazy thing where they're like, oh, well, people will come to watch the stream anyway, so why should we, promote it on socials? But like even during like the Copenhagen Major, that's PGL, wasn't it? It was PGL.
Yeah.
Like at ESL, like I know they did like major coverage, like unbranded major coverage of the PGL major because PGL didn't do any coverage or not enough, and that was a major as well. Like,
yeah, I mean, but PGL like just seem to not want eyes on their events because they also can't be asked to hire a press manager to have people go and do interviews, which is just free advertisement. Like,
yeah, it's a weird one, right? And in terms of like random TOs getting majors, I'm sure we can talk about Budapest later on, which is the Starladder major at the end of this year.
That's the thing.
I forgot to put that on our notes. Yeah, I don't know. It's an event that's it's been difficult to care about. I'll be honest. It's nice to see NIP back doing well, doing okay. Like just personally.
Yeah.
This G2 team, obviously Hunter's not there, which I've done a bit of detective work, okay, or rather, I've read some tweets of someone that's done some detective work.
For fuck's sake.
And obviously Hunter's said Org has said that it's visa issues that he's not there, but supposedly, obviously he has a Serbian passport, and Serbian passports do not need a visa to go to Kazakhstan. So, unless it's visa issues in terms of future events, which I can understand.
But then surely everyone would be having the same visa issue.
Well, no, because different countries have different rules and stuff, right?
I
But
guess.
sure, but it's interesting. That team feels a bit dead in the water.
Well, I mean, we know for a fact it is. So let's talk about G2 a little more then as we dive into the teams, because we have for some reason been watching games from this event. Like they've not particularly been fun to watch, but we've been doing it. So G2 are playing with Taz over Hunter, which means that they have Snax and Taz playing on the same team in 2025. And you'd think, as slight nostalgia merchants, that would be nice to see.
Hades is playing, right? As well.
Yeah, and Hades. So they also have a Polish
So it
flag.
is a Polish majority. That's awesome.
It's not nice to see. In fact, it's quite painful, especially considering that they lost games to where are they? I have them here. MIBR and Odic. They lost to
What's an Odic?
Yeah, quite literally, what the fuck is an Odic? Since then, they've now gone 2-2. They will play NIP tomorrow, because we're recording this on Tuesday. They have beaten M80, which is a really bad result for M80, and Big, which is a terrible result for Big.
Big is just a bit terrible. They've been like just really shit for like 5 years, and like people always seem to the next move is going to fix them.
We'll get to Big. We'll get to Big, because for once I actually do want to talk about that team. I'm just really confused by G2 at this event. Like, is Snax calling? Or are they trying to have Snax be able to use his very large hands? Like, what?
I don't think that translates in game, unfortunately. I don't think you do more damage if you click harder.
No, surely more hands equals more aim. But then again, you've got bigger hands than me, and you aim at the floor.
I'll make it harder for myself, you know. It'd be unfair on everybody else.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's certainly unfair on me.
Yes. Your question was: is Taz calling?
He has to be, right. Like, surely Taz is calling.
Well, he's a vibes coach. Does he know how to call?
It's not like he didn't spend a large portion of his career IGLing.
Yeah, about 500 years ago.
Bro, I swear he retired in like 2023. I'm not joking. Like,
yeah, sure. Okay, calling and winning. Honoris doesn't count, bro. Or fucking aristocracy.
Yeah, he actually did retire in 2023. How insane is that?
So
Like, what are you doing?
no,
playing
bro,
in
because his
2023?
tweet, I think his tweet said that's all, folks, or something. Like, because Taz, which is kind of cute. Um, um,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be very good since VP. So
I don't think
maybe
it's
he
very
is.
good on VP.
Well, quite. I don't really know. This, as I said, this team's dead in the water.
Yeah,
They're changing.
and
They'll be changing coach and all for soon, and inshallah IGL also because it's not very
well,
good either.
so yeah, that was another report that came out. I can't actually remember who did that report. It's probably Sheep fucking
Might
esports
be
again.
cheap esports.
G2 are allegedly signing Saw and some players from Heroic. I
Yes,
have
not Saw,
good
the team.
reason to believe that that is in fact happening.
It
I
was a
cannot
cheap
say
esports
why.
report, by the way.
Fantastic. I
Boom.
can't say why I have good reason to believe it's happening, but I have very good reason to believe it's happening.
I'll trust your judgment on that.
Like the move a lot. Like we all know,
Sampaio's
Saw
really
is
good,
a very,
and
very
Saw's
good coach.
awesome. Yeah.
Sampaio is good. I'm not sure he's very, very good anymore.
I think he's just kind of been unlucky in a lot of like fucky teams.
He might do better on a better team, I suppose.
That's kind of what I think, right? Like even like that Snappy Ents and then like Moby before that, like he was like kind of awesome. Like he was like kind of doing some really cool shit. So
It's kind of awesome, bro.
it's kind of awesome, dude. Radical. And he's also a lovely bloke. So I hope he does really well. That's all.
Shan't
He's
comment
just
on
nice.
that part.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a knower of many things. I do think the IGL role is interesting because I think Malbs and Heavy God will be sticking around, and I would be very surprised then if Hunter doesn't. So is Hunter going to be the IGL, or are they going to sign one? Because feels like they'll have better luck signing a like third star type player than an IGL. Like I'm not really sure what IGL they go for. So Jack, do you find it hard to keep up with all the news in Counter-Strike?
I do. I took a weekend off and I came back to 6 new IGLs, 3 retirements, and apparently Navi's Waterboy got picked up by a top 20 team.
Right? That's why I've been relying on the TLDR newsletter. It's a bi-weekly email that keeps you up to speed on everything in the CS scene, without needing to scroll Reddit for 3 hours while questioning your life choices.
Yeah, it's like if HLTV had a baby with your funniest friend who actually watches every game. Get quick hits of news, spicy roster moves, upcoming match schedules, and even some insider gossip. All killer, no filler.
And let's be honest, some of these tournament formats, you need a guide just to figure out who's playing who. TLDR breaks it all down, so you actually know what the hell's going on.
Plus, it's funny. Like, actually funny. It's like reading a group chat between smart CS fans who roast everything in sight, but still care deeply about the game.
So if your brain's full, but your heart still beats for Counter-Strike, do yourself a favour. Sign up for the TLDR newsletter. It's free, fast, and guaranteed to make you smarter. Or at least sound smarter in Twitch chat.
Check out the link down below and subscribe, because the only thing more tragic than missing a major upset is not even knowing it happened.
TLDR. You don't have time to read everything, but you still want to sound like you did.
I think they could get Sui. I think they should. After the Liquid stint, but I don't know.
He's just going to stay on Liquid though, isn't he? Like,
But why?
okay, so
Rubbish.
ignore... Probably equal. But
Yeah,
ignore Shui,
maybe.
like outside of Shui, like... Who?
Hampus. I'm gonna troll myself for that. Not Hampus. I don't know.
ZTR?
Prison. We seem to say Prison every week for some reason.
Yeah, it just feels like he's like, unless Astralis do something particularly interesting for the remainder of Astana, it just feels like Krisen's destined for Astralis.
I
Or
feel like that's just career suicide though.
wherever Astralis
The
end
luck
up.
they've had, you know.
Yeah, but like if you're like an 18-year-old Danish kid.
It is, yeah. It's like playing for insert football club here. If you're from.
Well, no, I don't
insert
even
country
think
here.
it's Astralis anymore because was it Does 2DK had that report about like them struggling to
down.
find buyers in Denmark?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, they
I
got
don't even think it's necessarily the org, but like you get to play with Device Maybe
he's the kind of guy from your country, right? So
yeah, maybe that's the thing that you're like, all right, yeah, it's fucking worth it. Do I want to go and play with Heavy God or Device? Probably Device.
but it was such vitriol.
I don't know why I
Heavy
did
God.
that either, because I like Heavy God.
He's pretty good, yeah. That's funny.
But so
CTR,
yeah,
I think could be a move.
Yeah.
But then also, given recent performances of his team,
What's
think his stock is kind of.
What's Heroic's RGL's name? It's slipped from my head, and he's another young ninjas guy, isn't he? Yeah, that's the one.
LNZ.
Would Saw maybe take him? They've been doing all right. Like
Heroic have been like kind of good, good for a weird ass team.
What did they win? Was it 2 tier 2 events?
Yeah, like I don't know if it's a Yala, but they won like a
online,
CCT or something.
Right? CCT Global Finals, and that Nomadic Masters event.
Nomadic. Cool.
Yeah, so like, fuck off. I don't know. You just make sounds and then look in certain ways.
Just a happy guy.
You're very
Do I make you nervous?
Compared to
Am I
you
too,
do make
too
me
attractive?
nervous. Yeah.
Really? This is wonderful.
Like after we stop this podcast, I might have to come to Cardiff and.
Well, I don't live there, so good luck.
I know you don't live there, but you'll pick me up.
Oh, okay.
And
moving on.
Moving on.
I don't know. There's not any IGLs really that I think are good, which is the issue, right? Generally, that's why.
That's why Twist attempted to IGL. No, I think that was just idiocy.
But GL Snax was alright. They were doing fine.
No, they were crap. They were good at one map. They were good at one map that every Game of Legion team's been good at because Ash just gets overpassed.
Okay,
they were crap other than that. Like, they didn't do anything to justify G2 getting... I cannot for the life of me... Why are you doing this? I cannot... Why did you just lick your lips like that?
I didn't want milk on my face.
You're so perturbing.
Sorry.
But let me rant about Snax without being aroused.
I was just drinking. That's the headline, I'm sure. That's the title.
Let me rant about Snax without being aroused.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not the worst one. Anyway, back to G2. We got a take of the week in regards to G2.
Which moron is this?
Hang on.
Sorry. Right. Let's not shoot before we read.
Listen. He ain't the smartest bloke in the world, and I know that because I actually followed him. But Ban Pods is a friend of the podcast, and
You're not a moron, mate. I'm sorry.
We don't call him a morod.
Morod.
Shall I call him? Fuck's sake. Here he is. Ban Pods __. It's still got the best profile picture on Twitter. I adore this man. And he said, if this G2 makes playoffs, I genuinely think that after getting some pious Saw and a proper IGL, they might become a major contender. Which is insane.
I mean, I've just used a profile picture, and
it's so good,
anyone with that is going to be insane.
It's so good. But, like, what an opinion. They're never... I don't care who they fucking sign.
Sorry, just say, like, if G2 do okay and then change... half of their roster, they might win. Yeah, sure. If any team change half their roster, they might be a major contender.
It's
like the ship of Theseus, bro. It's like
what have you seen from this team though that gives you any like? I know some pious is a big deal, right? And I know Saw is a great coach, and Saw will probably get the best out of Malbs, but Malbs has not been an eco replacement.
No. He
has not been
Astana, like he hasn't been good at all, really. Sorry, not to the level we expect of him.
And don't get me wrong, like it's a fucking poison chalice anyway, because fucking big man Snax is useless. But like, I just don't. I don't understand. How do you think G2 can build a team that's going to be better than any of the currently 4 highest ranked teams in the world? Because I know people don't like it when I imply that the top 4 is not a real top 4.
Sure, yeah.
Idiots.
Exactly. It's even to be competitive, like just to have a chance of like making major playoffs, they need to change half the team. they're saying they're like to win it. You need,
Yeah.
G2 were like dragging themselves through matches when they had Monacy and Nico.
I don't think that's fair. They were dragging themselves through matches when they still had Monacy. Now they're like kicking and screaming you look against at Odic and fucking MIBR.
Yeah, and I know there's the asterisk of Taz, like for sure, but Hunter's also never been like a crazy difference maker. He's like a great floor player for sure, but he's never been like.
He hasn't been for a while. I think he probably was in like 22.
Yeah.
Not
sure.
Not 22.
Yeah,
23.
that's when 23 they won stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
Two big ones. They did. The only ones that matter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, G2 were kind of
bit of a mental one that ban pods.
Yeah, well done. Awesome picture. Congratulations for that.
Yeah, great. Still great picture, and also just really a good name. We're a big fan of the term pods around here. So let's move on from G2 then.
Yeah.
I want to talk about FURIA because
What's happened there?
I really like the look of this FURIA team. I thought Molodoi was mental. I started to get it more when they picked up Yekindar. I think he was just the player they needed, and yeah, they look all right. Like Fallen, he's adapting to rifling far better than Cadian did. Like I mean, there's certainly many jokes to be had there.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy with it. I won't lie. It's kind of nice.
On the Fallen point though, like he was like a world class AWPer for like 10 years. Like Cadian was like a
middling AWPer.
A really good AWPer for like a year. Like the translation is obviously going to be different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're impressive. Yekindar, we're sorry. We're sorry for our judgments on Liquid.
No, look, right. I'm not fucking sorry because I defended this guy. I said he was shit on Liquid, but he was shit on Liquid.
No, yeah,
because there was
but he's not
literally
shit.
There was nothing that Yekindar could do. I know he'll probably say in an interview like, I was playing badly. But, mate, there's nothing you can fucking do on that team. You've been baited out your arse, or you had to deal with Patsy and fucking Rainwaker.
Like Patsy.
At one point you had to start fucking IGLing because fucking no one else could, and they wouldn't fucking sign you.
Oh, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, like...
Ugh.
Nothing was ever going to work for Yekindar in the Liquid teams he was in, apart from the first one, up until Paris, when it all went a bit wrong. So, he was always going to have this in him. And this isn't to say, by the way, that he's popping off, because, like, he by no means is. But he's just, like, effectively playing the role that he needs to play. And Kazakhstan playing alright. Yuri's playing alright. Fallen, by the way, 1.08 rating. Pretty good. Molodoi 1.08 rating, but eye test suggests he's played better than that. And Yekindar, I actually can't see him. I'm blind. He's got a 1.10. So he actually is playing. Like, that's a team that everyone is performing. And if they keep that up, hot take, better than G2 will be.
The new G2
yes.
to come.
Yes.
Don't hate it.
I think they look genuinely really good.
The only way to get Kazakhstan on an international team was just to take the pieces away from him.
Was to sign Yekindar.
Yeah.
Not the team Yekindar was on signing Kazakhstan. No. Sign Yekindar.
Yeah.
Brilliant. No notes. Genuinely, no notes.
It's working out, so cannot complain.
Enjoying it right now, lads. Keep it up.
Do you know what I'm not enjoying? Game Elysian.
Big Astralis. Ooh, Game Elysian. I mean, there's a number of bad teams. Should we go through the decent first?
I just thought my segue was really good then.
It was good, but I feel like being positive, and then we can just...
No, but why don't we sandwich it a pillow at both ends? Let's do the rubbish now, and then we'll have a nice finish. Something wonderful like Astralis being okay.
We don't normally top and tail like that, Jack.
No, we don't. Game Elysian. What's going on there?
Oh, I don't
Not a
know.
lot. It's a shame
I
because
don't
they were
know.
looking really good 3 months ago, 2 months ago.
Like, I used to really like the look of Slend. I thought Slend was all right. He's just shit now. Like, he's
Yeah.
really, really poo,
Should have
actually.
signed
Like,
Monodoy.
and they probably should have. I mean, 2025, he's got a 0.99 rating. Like, that is bad. And,
That's
like,
cheeks.
Towson as well. I'm not being funny. He's not a good player in Towson. Like,
PR, really
I
good.
get that they signed Towson for roles because they needed, like, someone else who was willing to, like, you know, take a fight and not be a bitch, because that was what made Flammus look bad, and it's what would have made Rez look bad. And Rez and PR are great, and ZTR I think is decent. Ash we all know is good, but Towson and Slender just shit, man. How can you be consistently good with those two on your team?
Do you know PR's old in-game name was Pringles with a Z?
Yeah, we discussed that on the podcast like 2 months ago, mate.
Well, I wasn't
but
here.
thank you.
But that's awesome, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. Slen's not very good, is he? He's not doing great, so I'm
I
not
thought
sure.
you were gonna pull out a pun then. I got kind of excited.
I'm thinking something about Slender Man, but I don't know. He's not finished his dinner, so he's looking pretty slender. Yeah, it's a shame because especially with Ash, obviously he's recently put pen to paper on an extension of his contract, which we don't know how long for. But
now they're missing the major and have gone 0-3 in PGL Astana, which is just shit.
I just hope he doesn't become a what if, and you know, like a Tabson who spends his time on the wrong team when he's.
I'm not being funny, man. They lost to fucking Hotu. What is a Hotu? Like,
yeah.
There's a bit of me that's like lying when I'm like, what is an Oddit? Because I at least know who Woody is. Fucking rubbish player, by the way.
Isn't he someone's cousin or something?
Oh, I don't know.
He's like a good Brazilian player's cousin.
He used to be on Fluxo, and he's a fallen clone. They also allegedly.
Oh, he's Kaysarata's cousin. Sorry.
Right. Well, they also allegedly have an abuser on Oddit, so that's funny. That's a funny little tidbit that we're not going to talk about, but you can look up. Just search their players' names on Twitter, and you'll figure out which one eventually.
Breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Look,
I'll do it for you.
On this podcast, we're knowers, but we are not. We are not givers of knowledge. We are not divulgers. We don't. We like you to be smart and discover things for yourself. Meanwhile, you are the no. I don't know why this keeps happening on this podcast. We don't normally. There's been many jokes about our private life with each other.
If people want to, don't worry.
Move on.
Yeah.
Move on. Right. Okay. NIP. I'm surprised you don't want to talk about NIP, mate.
The other 3-letter acronym.
Yeah.
Come on. They're alright. The Portuguese boys aren't really doing much.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say. I'm not sold on NIP. I think they've got a fantastic opportunity to make it to the playoffs because they're playing G2 in their 2-2 game, which would be really good for them because they beat VP, they
lost the Spirit. They beat.
Yeah, they didn't take a map off Spirit, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Why can't I find their game in this bracket?
They
Right, yeah. So they lost to Spirit.
Lost to Aurora also.
Yeah, but they took a map off Aurora. That was the game I couldn't find. They took a map off Aurora. So like at the moment, their VRS game from this event is gonna look pretty nice. They get to playoffs by beating G2. It's gonna look even better.
Their series against Aurora was like I know they 2-0'd Hot 2, but the Aurora series was almost closer, I would say, as well, which is a good sign considering Aurora Fire. Pretty good team. Hey.
Yeah, but so like you said, the Portuguese players need to do fucking more, man. Like
Shush is the truth. Shush is awesome.
Shush has always been really good. It's kind of like how
Yeah.
him and Tesses were the players that Astralis should have signed.
The left behind at Heroic, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they were the ones that should have been signed, but instead
Wrinkles
they signed
just
fucking
signed
Stown and Yabby, who were fucking
3-year
rubbish.
deal as well.
He has done that.
Which, fine. I guess that means they intend to do more.
Yeah, Wrinkles pretty good.
And they're back in the top 30, which
They
never should have left, but it's good. It's good.
But yeah, like Ujerks and Aroused was signed to be the stars of this team, and they're just not. And that's the reason why I'm not actually like convinced by NIP, which is a shame because I really want to be. Oh God.
Just get res.
Unironically.
Right?
Just
why is it? Res. It just works.
Yeah. He
Which
would
is
just
hysterical
be
that they couldn't make it work. Get res on ZTR. You don't need ZTR.
I don't think you need to kick Snappy. Like...
No, but I just want them to be Swedish again, or at least Nordic. But no, I want them to win things. So actually, I'll take anything at this point.
Yeah, take anything that stops Portuguese players from being bums on the team. That would be good. That would be preferable.
Yes.
Right, another team to talk shit about. Big.
Well, bad.
What an atrocious fucking team they are. Truly terrible. And do you know what? Right, I know M80 went out 0-3 at this event as well. But I feel like there should be a lot more conversation about the fact that selling Sin to M80 is one of the worst transfers in a long time.
Yeah. Their moves never make sense. Like, there's just this weird... It's kind of like how NIP was. Like, where they would just sort of try and keep as many of the old players and, like, replace, like, one at a time and not think, fundamentally this isn't working. Do you know what I mean? For some context, the only wins Big have had in the last 2 months have been 2 series against Bait, which is alright, fine. They 2-1 Aurora at Astana, which is a scalp, I'll give them that. And they've beaten BC game in a 16-14 MRQ game, and 500.
Was that the one on Ancient? That was a good game. I liked that game. I think it was. Yeah.
And then the 32 500, who obviously, aren't very good on LAN for alleged reasons.
Yeah, I wonder what those reasons are.
Big haven't been good for a long time. Like it's a struggle to find a win on their page, and that's like if you filter like top teams, they don't happen.
Well, they've gone through the entire German talent pool, right? Tabson is not a good IGL. Let's just fucking get that out the way. He's not a good IGL. You've got Kyousuke, who...
Bloody hell.
Not... Yeah, exactly.
Was he on Sangal or something? Like he was on Sangal team.
But, like, JDC and Crimbo. JDC is inconsistent, but good enough. Maybe not for what Big want him to be, but he's good enough to be on a team that wants to be a little better than Big is. Crimbo is wasting his fucking career on this team. Hyped is kind of the same as Slacks would be if they get him. Like, he's a floor raiser. He ain't gonna raise your ceiling. He's like fucking Fuzi is for Wildcard, right? He's not a ceiling raiser, Jack. Like, I know he's your mate.
You seen him with a dualies? Just does consistently get like 3 kills every round.
No, I know he's your mate, but like, come on.
I don't think it's as comparable, but sure, I know.
They're the same caliber of player. Like, they actually are.
Maybe.
Yeah, they're the same caliber of player. There's nothing like wrong with them until you like start pushing up the ranks and you have ambition, and then there's something wrong with them. But the problem is, like, outside of Hyped and Slacks, there's no other option. There's no other option for half these players unless you sign prime taps, which, let's be serious for a moment.
Isn't it on BC game, right?
Yeah, he is,
yeah. Crazy name, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, like, but let's be serious. Like, they need to get Sin back. and just try that. I don't see what else you do.
M80,
but
other
do
than this
that.
event, are the best German team, which is pretty funny.
Not quite, but I like it for the agenda.
Yeah. I'm just being an arsehole.
I'll stick with it with the agenda. So unlike you to be an arsehole, Jack.
Lovely and wonderful. Yeah,
I guess
bigger rubbish than they have been for a long time. This isn't even news.
Yeah, no, it's genuinely not. There's a few more teams that I guess we should talk about. One of those is Astralis. Who knew, right? Who knew that they would be that much better with Huxley instead of Cadian? Who knew?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is crazy. It's almost like Huxley is a guy that can enable Stown and has been enabling Stown. But here's the kicker, right? Stown's just shit. Unfortunately, for however much you can enable him, he's just not a good player. Yabi is also not a good player, and Stare is not a good player.
Yabi has looked like particularly rubbish.
So Stare, like those two are not.
But
good.
Stare was not ever meant to be like a star role. Like he's meant to be like a role player.
No, but I just think like
sure, but like Yabi
like,
has expectation far more behind him, and he's been like gash for the longest time on Astralis.
I just think the point we're at now with Astralis is so stupid. Like, you finally got an IGL that should be playing for the team, and your stars are just so inconsistent in the way they play. Like, and if they can actually kill someone or not, like, just fucking blow it all up. Actually blow it all up, because Device is 29. He's still pretty good, and you're wasting whatever the fuck he has left on any given day 2 or 3 shit players.
Yeah, and also Huxley's been playing pretty serviceably as well. He's been playing pretty alright.
Yeah, which I don't think would last, to be fair. I think that's probably
sure, but also like
the adrenaline of being back.
If he's not your bottom fragger, then there's issues, right? Not to disrespect him, like I think he's allowed to be, but
yeah,
there's something. If people on the team are playing worse than him, then something's gone wrong. And if it's more than 2 people, which it kind of has been on certain maps, you can cherry pick obviously to fit your agenda, but it's not the right situation. I don't think this is right.
Yeah, I just like.
But they made playoffs, and they're playing all right.
I just think it's so sad that for the last couple of years of Device's career, unless he gets a big move, which I feel like isn't going to happen, the last couple of years of his career are going to be spent with a top 15 at best team.
I look at it a bit of the same way as the Carrigan thing. They're like what's he got to do? He's done everything.
Fine, but I think Device has a lot to offer.
I think sure, but like even for him, like
Device could go to FaZe or Na'Vi and do all right.
I mean, I think either of those teams would be good for sure. But what I'm saying is like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just defeatist, but like, have you had enough?
Maybe you are.
Like.
I seem to be noticing that actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that just what NIP does to a man?
Probably. Yeah.
Like, you just have years of being a fan of the worst team in the world. Not even like on a team sense as well. Just like the organisation is horrible, and now you just hate everything.
I don't hate. I just, if you checked all the boxes, you've completed most players' dreams 4 times. You know what I mean? Not one of Cologne, so actually he's actually not good at all. But
Cologne is the only tournament that matters.
It is the only serious TO. Please pay me more.
Right, mate. Where's your major?
I don't know what you're on about.
Well, Jack, I was just implying that there are 2 major events this year,
Yes,
and neither
there
of them are RASL. What were you implying, Jack?
Nothing at all. I know nothing about this major circuit because it's above my pay grade.
Oh yeah,
I don't know about these things. But people on
Twitter. Yeah, go back to the predictions. I'm always right.
Yeah. What's he got to win?
I don't know. I feel like he can win more. I think that is a defeatist outlook on it,
Sure,
and I don't
but not
subscribe to
Astralis.
it. Oh, certainly not an Astralis.
But there we are.
He wouldn't even win a fucking CCT global final.
And he got some like bonkers contract too.
Probably. His contract's probably half the reason why the org wants to get rid of him.
The org's going to shut down. He's going to have a bankrupt contract. He's got Navi have got to pay off the bloody administrators just to get hold of him.
You're going to have bloody
bailiffs
trauma from NIP. And
I don't think it was NIP's fault.
External things that happened during that time. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just you liked NIP when you got into CS. I liked Device, so I don't want to see him fading to nothingness.
Did you like NIP when Device was there for like 2 weeks?
I was willing to.
Did I?
No, but I was willing to.
Okay. If they were successful.
I was willing to give them a chance.
Very Glory Hunter song.
Oh, mate, that's literally why I like Astralis.
This is how you know.
The first major I watched was Atlanta.
I'm a NIP fan, bro. There's no glory to be had.
At least you're not the type of NIP fan that refers to the team as we. Like we won a game.
I did used to do that.
I bullied that out.
You've scolded out of me. Yeah.
Did I? That's good. No,
it's an interesting thing that it's only NIP fans that do it. Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone does it in football.
Which is fine.
Esports, not fine. Don't do it. Don't know why you'd ever do it. But NIP fans do. And I don't like that. So if you're a NIP fan and you've referred to the team as we.
And I was saying before I worked there as well. Which is.
Well, you worked for NIP. What did you achieve as a member of the Ninjas in Pyjamas organisation, Jack?
Top it at a major, mate.
But really?
Yeah,
in what role? Junior demo reviewer?
We don't have to do this every episode, man. Listen, it's fine. They love me.
They pay me €10 per demo review.
Generous. It's a bit more. A little bit more.
A little bit more. Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to check. But it wasn't much.
Other teams at the event then. Virtus Pro, fucking shit. They're in a 2-2 game against MIBR. Don't want to talk about them, just want to call them shit. Electronic is also a fucking washed bum. Unlike Device, Electronic should retire and join Carrigan at the glue factory. The other 2-2 game involves a team I did want to mention because it's Aurora versus Odic. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Aurora look that good anymore.
No.
I think they've lost something. I don't know what it is, but they've lost something.
The Turkish backing?
No, surely they haven't lost the Turkish backing.
Oh, no, the fans are, demanding that they change their logo and stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, but their suggestion was good, actually.
If you're buying a team, you're not going to have another org's logo. It's stupid.
No, but they weren't suggesting to change it to the Eternal Fire logo. They were suggesting to change the cross in the A to a dragon or something, from what I remember. And it looked nice. It did look nice.
I literally saw someone just mash the two together, and I was like,
oh, well.
That's entitled cope.
The thing is, right, I was going to say then, I feel like what they've been missing is Xantares. And I think he maybe hasn't been as hot recently. He's 1.18 rated at this event. Ricardia's 1.03, so maybe he's what they're missing. Or Woxic is 0.96. But, they just don't... I don't know, they don't feel like they have what they had at the start of the year now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really figure out what it is. But I'm not...
It's black magic. There's something going on that we're not privy to.
I'm not moved by them anymore.
Yeah.
And then the last team that has to be mentioned, I know we've skipped over Spirit. Spirit are just good. There's not much else to say. We spoke about them at the start. Magic's is shit. The rest of them are good. Get over it. The Mongols also went 3-0. They're pretty good.
Go on, the
as well. I believe in them, unlike Aurora. Na'Vi, they look better at this event by a lot. But it might be because Alexi B has a 1.20 rating right now.
Yeah. Imma's been playing okay as well, at least in the games I've watched, which is to be expected. But
Bit wonderful. Imma's actually the lowest rated player on the team.
Really? Well.
1.07.
I test.
Everyone is playing better, which is a really good sign. And
this is what happened when they won the major, right?
I think the best case scenario for Counter-Strike is Na'Vi win this event and just get their confidence back.
Yes, that's
Spirit
something.
aren't going to lose confidence from losing this event because they're probably already at a shit place in terms of confidence after they've been like beaten the way they have this year. Like at some point they'll just win an event because Donk will just be like, "Okay, I'm bored now," or they'll keep losing and they'll make changes, which is also good.
Yeah,
Na'Vi win an event and remember what made them Na'Vi. Could they beat Vitality? Not sure. Are they another team that could push that highest four ranked teams? Yeah, like easily they could push Mouse out of it. Not sure about the other three teams, but they could give Mouse a go, and that's good, right? Like we don't want it to be a top four. We want it to be a top five, a top six, a top however many that you actually think. Okay, all these teams can beat each other.
yes.
So yeah, I don't know if you have any more thoughts on Navi outside of that, but that's my take.
I'd like
on
to see them doing better for sure. I think they definitely are like a confidence-driven team, like you've said, right? Like, I think that their performance depends on the performance, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'd like to have them
Feels
versus them again.
paradoxical.
Well, it kind of is, but that's in essence it is, right? Like,
I get what you're saying though. I like
they're quite
nitpick.
momentum-based, should we say? You know.
Yes,
Um.
and they've been
So
lacking
yeah,
in that.
they have been.
But yeah, that's
It's sauce. It's
PGL
sauce, and they
Astana.
haven't had any sauce.
It is
Yeah, it's still
sauce.
going on. The playoffs are this weekend.
Yeah.
It's a 4-day playoff with a BO5 final and all sorts of great stuff. Which
Third
is
place deciders. Look, at least it's a full quarterfinals and not the awful shit that every other event does.
the upper bracket, lower bracket thing.
Yeah, with a team straight through to semis and like 16 playoffs. Like, I know you don't have to explain the reason because I know it. Like, maybe some other dickhead doesn't know it who's listening, but I know it and I don't care about other dickheads.
Okay. That I won't. I'll save my breath.
Simply,
Yeah,
it's business. Get over
but
it.
it's going to be. I need to look properly at the playoffs, but I don't know how much this is going to affect Dallas because that is like the big asterisk with this event, right? Is that like the semi-final onward teams will not make Dallas in time? I don't think
Well,
because
I
of the third
mean,
place decider.
who's at Dallas again? A Navi in Dallas?
Navi
Or
will
skipping
be.
Dallas?
I think Navi, Spirit, Mongols.
No,
all are.
Navi and Spirit are skipping.
Really? Oh, rubbish.
So
Furia,
they're two teams that won't be late. Furia are there.
Mongols,
Mongols are there.
Astralis.
Aurora are there. Astralis aren't there.
Okay, well maybe G2, right? G2 are going. I'm sure.
Yeah.
So there's a few teams that it could affect, but also not teams I necessarily think would be winning Dallas. So I'm not sure it really matters too much.
No, but like it would never have mattered if the team's going to win Dallas anyway. It's just a ball ache for the first day.
Well, it's yeah, and it isn't great. It can be fun to figure that one out.
Yeah. Anyway, a last piece of news before we go. This is the shortest episode of the year, I think. Star Ladder Budapest was announced. It's the second major of the year. Not much to say other than that. I think it's a cool place for a major.
It's quite a lovely city, I've heard. I've never been.
I haven't actually looked at the dates because obviously like it was rumored to be happening ages ago, so I just like
It's December, I'm sure, right?
didn't really care. Yeah, it will be December, but specifically, is this it? Star Ladder Fall 2025? No, that's September. Star Ladder
I'm sure
announces
the
Budapest.
finals is December 15th.
Oh wait, it is September. No, December. Oh, okay, I know why I saw. Right, it's in December, everyone.
Yeah.
So it ends December 14th. Every stage will have an audience, which is nice.
Good. Dub for that.
The playoffs are held in a 20,000 seater arena, which is nice. That's a lot of seats.
Yep. That's more than the Lanxess, I'm pretty sure, or maybe the same as the Lanxess.
I think it
Go
is
out,
more.
So no, the Lanxess
So
20k. So the same.
Oh, okay. So I'm kind of debating going.
Good. If I don't own a house by then, I'll think about it.
I'm thinking about it. And do some TLDR coverage there. I think it could be cool. But yeah, so that's a thing. Jack won't be here for the next 2 episodes.
You lucky sods.
You lucky people. It might just be me on my own.
Maybe.
If it is me on my own, it will be an hour of me doing an Irish jig. You will all enjoy it. You will all sit through the hour, and it won't be looped at all. I will just go for an hour.
I will be in I Am Dallas, hence why I will not be here. I will be working on that.
Yeah, we get it. You've got a job, mate.
Just let them
Certain man who
Certain
used to host this podcast might be upset by what you've just said. No,
Okay.
In all seriousness, there will be people here. We've got
No Irish jig.
our good friend Flows, who is now a part of TLDR in a manner that hasn't yet happened.
Realised.
Things are slow. And Logan will be back, which is fantastic because I've missed his joyous ways. So yeah, that's PGL Astana, guys.
Enjoy
fantastic.
Astana,
I've been so enthusiastic all episode. I
Thank
just simply could not wait to talk about PGL Astana, and I can't wait to talk about it next week as well. Yeah. Anyway, my name's Sam. My Twitter's at AnimoCS2. There's a 1 in place of the I. He's Jack. His Twitter is at NovaHDesign. Listen, Jack, I get it's silent, but if you want me to fucking read it out properly, there's a fucking H there.
It's been on the screen about 5 times by now. I've seen it.
Whatever. Mac and James are normally involved. Mac's not doing fucking anything for this one, so fuck Mac. You can put a hashtag in the comments. Hashtag fuck Mac.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'd like that. But James is good. We like you, James. Yeah, bye. I'm fucking
See that, guys. Catch you next time.